I will tell you this, Anderson, if I had been elected president under the same circumstances, so that, you know, I lost the popular vote, I squeaked through the Electoral College, and evidence came up that the Russians, for whatever reason, were trying to help me, I would have said on the first day in office, we're going to launch the most thorough investigation. No nation, particularly an adversary nation, can mess with our democracy. I would have had an independent commission. I would have done everything I could to get to the bottom of it, because it's not going to stop. That's what I'm worried about.
Hillary Clinton has spent the last several months stewing, blaming everything she can think of for losing the election. She never once considered the idea that her own actions caused people to have a low opinion of her. Besides her devout fan base, the majority of Americans laugh at her on social media. Take, for example, on September 11th, 2016, she fainted at the 9/11 memorial and was tossed into a van by her security. This was not an isolated incident either. People do not like, trust, or respect Hillary, and she has never once accepted any part of the blame to which she holds the whole world accountable. The list of things she has recently blamed for losing the election has been growing out of control, which includes everything from her own fans to content farmers in Macedonia. Hillary was so sure she was going to win that she had set up over $1 million worth of fireworks, as well as a glass ceiling that she planned on breaking through. They actually had to disassemble it. There were also reports at around midnight on election night, upon realizing that Hillary lost, she was seen by her staff and Secret Service employees attacking John Podesta, tossing furniture, and throwing objects at people in the room. She had to be sedated. Clearly, this woman is fit to work under pressure. As amusing as this all is, nothing is more amusing than these recent articles coming out, and apparently an interview on CNN as well. Hillary Clinton is now saying that it is time for the Electoral College to be abolished. Keep in mind that she feels entitled to the win because she won the popular vote, which people bring up time and time again. The Electoral College exists to prevent the most populated states from deciding the direction of the entire country. This selfish and very sore loser is now demanding that the rules be changed, a rule that has been a crux of our nation since its birth. Why does this matter? Well, we know that there are millions of illegal immigrants in this country, and there has been a recent push to give them all the option to vote. This would belittle the idea of citizenship itself, and it would also introduce an unfair and unbalanced nature to future elections. I have heard that 80% of illegals are Democrats. Keep in mind the Project Veritas footage that came out last year, showing some of the tactics that are used in order to manipulate the election. Illegal immigrants being bussed into different districts to vote multiple times, and the lack of enforcement and regulation allows people to vote multiple times if they're savvy enough. According to Judicial Watch, there are several counties in California where there were more people who voted than registered voters in that county, which would lead you to believe that there is something nefarious going on. And it also makes you wonder why there has been such a resistance to voter investigation. Voter ID laws are another thing that Hillary blames for losing. She believes that she would have won if the so-called disenfranchised were able to get an ID and vote for her. Every citizen has an ID, especially if they plan to vote. If we allow amnesty for all of the illegal immigrants and give them the right to vote, there will be many future Democratic wins. And considering the very obvious corruption within the DNC, the fact that they were sued for cheating Bernie Sanders out of his nomination with the defense that they're a private company so they can do whatever they like, and also the Imran Awan case, the IT aide of Debbie Wasserman Schultz, with those two things specifically in mind, I would rather not the Democratic Party ever get traction for the rest of human history. We need a new left-wing party, one that isn't completely wrapped in identity politics and pandering to specific people.
I remember landing under sniper fire There was supposed to be some kind of a greeting ceremony at the airport, but instead we just ran with our heads down to get into the vehicles to get to our base.
Her arrival in Bosnia was not quite as dramatic as Clinton put it. Memory should always match the videotape.
I have been a critic of NAFTA from the very beginning.
Frequent favorable comments about NAFTA, including this one in 1996.
Oh, I think that everybody is in favor of free and fair trade, and I think that NAFTA is proving its worth.